It's like 11 p.m. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I have stuff to do. I'm just kind of being a degenerate, which always happens when I come home. I feel like I revert into my high school self a little bit, which isn't the best. It's okay. It's life. And I'm tired. And I'm talking anyways. The thing I just want to impart really quickly is, have you guys watched Interstellar? Hopefully you have. The part that always blew my mind about it is when he's like in the black hole, but he's like in the library and he's like pushing the books or like touching the books, but like all of the books are like these slots of time, at least if I'm remembering correctly. And of course, like the thing being where like he was the ghost the whole time. Hopefully you've watched Interstellar. I don't know if I should put a spoiler warning, but if you haven't, I don't know what rock you live under, no offense, but so that part always blew my mind because of the idea that like the savior you're looking for all the time is you, and that it can be you. And so I think about this a lot where it's like there's this person that I feel really strongly in my chest is me, but she's like eons ahead of me, and she's just this like, she's just at a place where she is so good in herself that she just like carries like healing, like she just walks with light, she just is light, and the way she heals others is incredible. And it's this sense of like having fulfilled her purpose here on earth, like she is the person that she's meant to be, and she's me, you know, like she's me inside. She's like my truest expression of me, which is like unconditional love, and which is like freedom and liberation, not only for myself but for others. But then when I'm like expressing my day-to-day life as like a 23-year-old girl in my bedroom at home, you know, most of the time it's really hard to get there, and I can kind of access her energy through things like Kundalini, or like it gets, you know, when I'm in those like higher mindsets, I can understand it and I can feel it. And then I just get back to like here in like the unconscious ways I operate, and it's just interesting. It's interesting, like knowing where you're going, not being it yet, knowing that that's you inside, and that like fullest expression of yourself, like knowing it but not having the language to express it now. It's a really interesting thing to experience. And then also knowing that you're still hurting yourself and others because you don't have, the language is the way I want to put it, like, the way to express it. And even physical things, I always picture her with long flowing hair. And I'm growing out my hair again. I'd cut it out of kind of like something I needed, you know. Sometimes you need to cut your hair, especially as a woman. It has a lot of like emotion attached to it. And I'm growing it out, and it's like I can always see that I'm like evolving into this person. I can see sometimes the blocks come together so clearly, where like I take one step and God takes like 5,000 steps towards me, as in I take one step and then it's like da-da-da-da-da. Okay, here's all the ways that this lines up in your life. Here's all the other little like web pieces that are like connecting together to make this make sense, and here you go. And I'm just like, okay. But still, who knows if I'm ever gonna reach that like final destination of like being this person that I feel like I am inside. You know, maybe it's just a choice of embodying that. Maybe it's just a choice. But then when I think about stuff like this, about feeling a drive to express my creative voice, also the wind is really loud outside. It gets really loud in this room because we're right by the coast. That's very scary. I don't like it. Wind is my least favorite thing. And I'll probably wear my headphones to go to bed. But I got distracted. I lost my train of thought. Okay, like I feel a drive to create and to express, and I think it's really, really important that I express my voice. I think it's really, really important that I'm authentic. But it's interesting trying to figure out like what states I need to or want to be authentic in, what people are getting out of it, like what exactly I'm supposed to be doing here, because something hasn't, like, sometimes it clicks, other times it's like, I don't know, I feel like a pull to create, but like sometimes I don't know like where that's, I guess, supposed to be, like, or how it's supposed to be, or what state I'm supposed to, and that's not a good word anyways, supposed to. And my answer, because as soon as you say stuff, guys, you can talk to yourself. If you ever want to do this, it's very helpful. You can also talk to other people. That's a normal thing, but you can talk to yourself, because as soon as I say this, somebody else was saying this to me, I would tell them to follow their intuitive feelings and see when inspiration actually strikes and take away the shoulds. Because as soon as you're like, okay, you know, I'm supposed to be doing this, and, you know, if I'm supposed to be doing this, then I'm supposed to be consistent, you know, and so I should be posting 2 videos a month, blah, blah, blah. So let's make sure I hit that. And then let me make a video even if I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, you get into the trap of like, some people play that game. Some people play the game of consistency, dedication, hard work, grind, etc. That's okay. It's not my game, you know? It's truly not my game. My game is a spiritual one, where I know that as soon as I am like in a good state, as soon as I'm accepting, as soon as I'm letting things flow, everything just clicks for me and I don't have to do anything. Because this happens time and time again, because I'm playing a spiritual game. And that's also okay if that's not your game, but it's my game. So doing things that way of, yeah, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I have to work when the inspiration strikes, because the emotional charge is what is the authenticity. It's not just about like, oh, I'm going through this, so I'm gonna share because people must see this side of me. Like, no, if I don't care about it, other people are not gonna care about it, and that's fine. Not every moment is like a do you ever see a word spelled over and over and then you've never said it out loud? Poignant? Poignant. I have never once heard somebody say that out loud, and that is insane, and I did not realize that until I just tried to say that out loud just now. Poignant? Yes, anyways, life is super interesting. It's just so interesting feeling like I know that I'm gonna get there. I just have this like unwavering faith in myself that I have always had. And I don't even know how to explain like what it is. It's just this knowing that like I'm gonna get there. That I'm gonna be that person. I am that person, but like my entire life, I'm never going to settle in feeling anything less than like that ultimate divine self. I'm never going to let myself sit in a state where I require healing. I am never going to not heal myself. I'm never going to not pursue that. You know what I mean? Like, I just have this feeling like every single thing in my life is just going to get looked at, worked through, ironed out, because I want to be liberated. I want to be liberated. I want to be that light. Because how many people get the chance to be that in their lifetimes? How many people just go through these cycles of pain and suffering over and over again? I want to be free so that I can free others, so that I can like create the path, you know? Some people say that like Jesus created the Milky Way as like an astral gateway of some sort. I don't even know where I heard that from, but the interesting thing about that, just like being a thing in general, is that a lot of shamanic religions or spiritualities say that they use the Milky Way to travel, as in like that is the passageway when they are in the dream state traveling, because the dream state is like the reality, and it's really important that they're aware in this. They use the Milky Way to travel. Just interesting. The idea of like potentially this like passageway of light being created and put there by a past being, past, present, future being. I don't know. There's interesting stuff here. We don't have all the answers. We don't have all the know-how, and that's okay. But yeah, like, I'm not gonna rest until I'm liberated, and until I have the language to liberate those around me. So no, I don't know where this is going, but I'm not gonna stop because I have just like a hunch, like a feeling that something's gonna happen. And so I keep going in my room, in my PJs, back home after a day where I honestly like did nothing and felt like shit. And that's life. Yeah, it's really funny. It's really funny. The cosmic game. Alright, I'm gonna say goodnight because I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm definitely not getting enough sleep tonight, but I love you and I appreciate you watching and being here with me. Bye!